Guys, how you doing? It's Tom. I'm back with another video. Save the drama for your mama. Yeah, there's all kinds of crap going on over here, like in the YouTube world. This time it's not Dramageddon. It's Late. I'm not even going to mention all their names and everything because I don't want to. I'm not here to dig into it. But I just think it's like, I don't know, it's kind of amazing. It's almost like it's the kind of things that you would expect back in the USA. This sort of bickering and internal fighting, and you know what I mean? Like literally almost fighting, and I don't know, just, complaints, criminal complaints, all this crap, like it's pretty amazing. It's almost like, I don't know. Like these guys they brought the worst part of their American experience with them here to the Philippines. These guys have been living here for a while too. Like they're not like newbies. You know what I mean? Like they've been living here for longer than I have. But I don't know, man. You know, I look back on it's kind of like my dad he passed away like 5 years ago at the age of 92. Okay, and he was in World War II. Army infantry, and here in the Philippines for a solid year and a half. Like toward the end of 44, like from November 44 to like basically mid 46. Because even after the Japanese surrendered, it was still there was still what they called mopping up on these islands in the Philippines. In other words, there was a lot of Japanese soldiers that were still out in the jungles and who either just refused to believe that it was over or just really legitimately didn't know that it was over, because you know, they were embedded in the jungle. They weren't privy to, radio and what was going on in the world. And so anyway, but so there was my dad, had a lot of combat experiences here, and in mostly Leyte area, you know. And I don't know, man. I think of him, and I think of like basically the greatest generation, right? It was my dad's generation, and then now here we are, our generation. I mean, I'm a baby boomer, but these guys are like, I think Gen Xers or millennials. They're no older than Gen Xers, okay, and probably more like just millennials. And they're veterans too. These guys, you know, like there's basically two that are the primary guys that are involved, and there's a third guy. But as far as I know, all three of them are veterans. And it's just like, man, what are you guys doing, man? Like just this bickering crap. Like each one thinks that they're a white knight or something, or I don't really understand it. Like, um, but I know that it's sort of like that, that American thinking. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not, you shouldn't have to change your personality when you come here to live in the Philippines, but you should sort of grasp some of the cultural, just the politeness, you know what I mean? Just the general sort of niceties, that people employ here, on a day-to-day basis. You know what I mean? Like that should be fairly easy for you because you give what you get, and you give politeness here, you get it back 5 times, 5x, at least from the locals, from the Filipinos. But for some reason, Americans amongst themselves here in the Philippines, they tend to, I mean, not all of them, but I mean, there just tends to be this intense bickering that tends to happen. And I don't know, man. It's kind of sad. This makes us look bad. It's just like, for example, and I've looked. I'm in some of these expat groups on Facebook, but I really, to be honest with you, I don't engage with them very much, you know, and I don't really always get the notifications either, you know. I'm, in fact, I'm not very big on Facebook at all, you know, like even amongst my friends and family and all that, you know. I mean, I'll look at, you know, I see something, a family member or, you know, close relative post or something, and I'll check it out and I'll say something or whatever. But I mean, for the most part, I don't post things on Facebook, and I don't even really go into checking out some of these groups. But I know that the times that I have, right, like some of the expat groups, this is a good indication, right, of what happens here sometimes, you know. Man, there's just a lot of negativity, you know, like somebody will ask a question or say something and they get their shit jumped on, you know what I mean, by like 10 other guys, you know, like, oh, you know, what do you want that for? You're here now, you know, you can get that in the USA, or what are you asking that for, you know, or like they just, you know what I mean? Like guys just jump all over everybody, each other, you know, basically, right? You know, uh, I don't know, man. It's just like it's kind of crazy, you know. You know, you would, and my question is, and you know, if any of you guys know the answer to this, please comment, right? But I wonder if that's a thing, a bigger thing, right? Just sort of like expat, you know, bickering, like whether it's online or YouTube or whatever. In the Philippines, is that the is this the worst place for that? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, or does this also happen in expat communities in other Asian countries like Thailand or whatever, you know, or just I don't know, even other countries. Like, what about South America? You know, there's parts of there's certain countries where Westerners go to retire because they have good low cost of living and you know nice weather and stuff like that, right? Um, you know, like South America, Central America, or even Mexico, right? Um, or is it just primarily a thing, the biggest thing or the worst thing here in the Philippines? You know, all this squabbling, this expat squabbling, you know, and fighting and you know just trolling and all this crap, you know, that I see. You know. So anyway, yeah, if you got an answer for me, because I've never really been to these any other Asian country yet, you know. Um, at least not for any length of time. I mean, I've done layovers in Taiwan for 4 hours, but that doesn't really count, you know. But I mean, I've never been to Thailand. I've never been to Malaysia. I've never been to Vietnam or any other of the countries that you might want to visit. Indonesia, you know, never been there, you know. Um, so anyway, I don't know. Let me know. I just wanted to. I don't usually. I'm not really getting directly involved in this or anything, but I'm just mentioning this. I just think it's kind of crazy, you know, like it's kind of silly, man. Grown men, you know, like acting like fucking seventh graders, basically. Excuse my French, but you know, I don't know. So anyway, guys, please like, comment, subscribe, share if you like, and comment. I'd really like to see your comments, especially if you happen to know how other some of the, any other countries are when it comes to like expat communities and stuff. Is there, and even if it's just online, right? Like these groups, these Facebook groups, are they like as bad in other countries, you know, as they are here? You know, like as far as just jumping all over guys that just ask questions, you know, simple questions. Sometimes it's like, and I don't bother. I don't. I mean, I don't go on there and post. You know what I mean? I don't really need to. I mean, you know, if I need to know something, I'm not gonna. I'll just go online and I do my research. You know what I mean? You can research stuff on YouTube, and somebody probably did a video on it explaining how to do it, or you could just Google something. But no, I don't. I don't go on these groups like, oh, how do you do this? You know, or how do you do that? You know, it's kind of like I just don't personally do that, but I've seen like other postings, and it's like, Jesus, man, give the guy a break, you know. But all right, guys, that's about it. I'll talk to you guys later. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you later.